Hello everyone. Today we will be focusing on resolving the question of what steps we can take to eliminate heart disease due to obesity. This is something that affects us and the people around us way more than we can admit. First, it is important that we look at obesity. According to the article, Obesity and Cardiovascular Disease, a scientific statement from the American Heart Association, obesity is a multifactorial disease that is affected by multiple things, such as biological and environmental factors. It is not something that has just recently presented itself as a problem. The combination of obesity and heart disease has been a prevalent problem since at least the 1950s. This has caused obesity to become the largest contender to lead in cardiovascular diseases. This has not just impacted one country, but it has impacted the whole world. According to the trustees of the University of Pennsylvania, there are 4 common diseases that obesity can cause you that will help lead to getting heart disease. These will be the 4 common diseases that we will be discussing more in detail in the upcoming slides. The first disease that we will be looking at is hyperlipidemia. Obesity causes not just your bad cholesterol and triglycerides to elevate, but also your good cholesterol to drop, making it hard for your body to reduce your risk for heart disease. This is really common in those that are overweight and not eating healthy. Second, obesity causes hypertension. Hypertension is having an elevated blood pressure. High blood pressure is one of the main causes for heart attacks. This is already more common for those that are obese, so when you combine hypertension and obesity, it is a very common thing to have heart disease. Third, we have sleeping disorders. When you are obese, you are more likely to have sleeping difficulties and will likely develop sleep apnea. Being diagnosed with sleep apnea increases the risk of heart failure by 140% and the risk of coronary heart disease by 30%. Lastly, we have diabetes. According to the CDC, diabetes is a chronic condition that affects how your body turns food into energy. When your blood sugar goes up, it signals your pancreas to release insulin. If you have diabetes, your body either doesn't make enough insulin or can't use the insulin it makes as well as it should. When seniors have diabetes, they have a 68% chance to have heart disease. Though we have tried to come up with solutions, we still haven't found a solid solution. In the 1960s, treatment such as the bypass surgery was used to treat heart disease. Then in the 1980s, the stents came into place to open an artery. Finally, in 2014, the Scripps Research Institute adopted the idea of blood tests being able to detect who is at risk for the occurrence of a heart attack. Unfortunately, all of these solutions do not take heart disease away. All of these attempts to solve cardiac issues have become more of a life-saving solution, meaning that the treatment has not cured the disease, but only lengthened and improved the quality of someone's life. When it comes to obesity, a lot of people don't want to do the work that comes with losing the weight. Part of the problem is that we have all this access to fast food now and easy transportation, that we aren't watching what we are eating and we are getting no exercise. According to J.A. Hill, this will be a continuous problem because heart disease seems to be the #1 killer due to the significant deterioration of lifestyle changes in the last 25 years across the globe. Unfortunately, these days, people seem to be leaving their diets and lifestyle behind. Now they are consuming an excess number of calories while getting little to no exercise. 50% of heart disease is modifiable, while the other 50% is out of our control. Unfortunately, some of us are at risk without having diseases such as diabetes. Being obese and having heart disease in your genetics alone can get you in trouble. What are the causes of heart disease? As stated earlier, unfortunately, there are some things that we cannot control when it comes to heart disease, even as a healthy individual, which includes our age and heredity. With that being said, if you have a close family member with a history of heart disease, your risk of having heart disease automatically goes up. Additionally, age is also a factor. When a woman hits the age of 55 and a male hits the age of 45, the risk of heart disease automatically bumps up. When you add obesity to that, your chances are already increased compared to the normal weighted individual at a normal age. As we stated a minute ago, a common reasoning for obesity and heart disease includes unhealthy choices. Some of these choices include eating an unhealthy diet, eating a diet that is high in fats, sodium, and sugars, which can lead in the body becoming further obese and further risking your chance of heart disease. This means if you are not eating well and you are not getting enough exercise, you are giving your body okay to go ahead and develop all these problems. You are allowing the body to store all the food you are eating, which will create a plaque in your arteries, which is what leads to the common health problems in cardiovascular diseases. Not only is obesity, genetics, and other diseases we listed impact heart disease, but so do your lifestyle choices besides the way you eat. These additional life choices that can affect obesity and heart disease include not managing other things that you choose to do, such as smoking and drinking. After continuous drinking above the guidelines can lead to ongoing increased heart rate, high blood pressure, weakened heart muscle, and irregular heartbeat. This keeps to leading your heart stress, all of which can increase the risk of alcohol-caused heart attack and strokes. Finally, smoking increases the formation of plaque in the bloods. Coronary heart disease occurs when arteries that carry blood to the heart muscle are narrowed by plaque. Chemicals in cigarette smoke also causes the blood to thicken and form clots inside veins and arteries. So with this being said, it is very important to choose what we put in our bodies.